Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. You ever wondered how photographers can capture those stunning images of flowing motion and clarity and nice colors? The answer is filters. And if you're into long exposure photography, you know how important it is to have the right tools in your bag when you go for a trip. So I was thinking it's about time for me to try out a big filter system, in this case the PolarPro Summit System. My plan is to put it to the test on a trip to Iceland. So stick around, because at the end of this video you will maybe see if a bigger filter system is the next investment for your camera bag, or if you can do with less. So let's get started. I just received a package and it's a beautiful little size, and I know exactly what is inside of it. And as I'm leaving for Iceland again tomorrow, this is the perfect thing to bring along on this trip. This is a filter set called the Summit from PolarPro. I've been wanting to test out this filter set for a very long time. Inside there's a big box, and on the other side it says Summit. See if we can open here. Yeah. There is a nice handy bag inside. The main thing in the Summit is this big frame, which is where you're actually going to slide in all the filters, and you're going to screw this onto the front of your lens. I've been using filters for a few years now, but I've always opted for the smaller size, compact screw-on filters, and I've never used an actual filter system where you slide in different ND filters. I'm so lucky that PolarPro sent this to me, and I will go out in the field and test it in real life. Let me just go through what is inside. I think this is what you call a step-up ring. This is something you can screw in front of your smaller size lenses, and then you can fit the big system from the Summit, which is the thing I was starting out with. You can fit this onto to smaller size lenses, so it should be very adaptable and very versatile, and you should be able to use this on any kind of lens and any make and every brand of camera. So here is a filter. You see what happens when you put this in front? It becomes a little darker. So essentially ND filters is sunglasses for your lens, which is the best way to describe it. Now I will have to open the second filter thing, which is like another small pouch. They even included a little lens cloth, which is really nice, because you can never ever have too many lens cloths. Just put them everywhere in your bag and you'll be fine, because you will always need them and you will never be able to find it if you only have one. Here is a much darker, much stronger ND filter. I'm gonna just open this. I'm not sure I'm opening this in a nice way. Yes, I already put my finger on it. So I'm gonna make use of this lens cloth already. But see how dark things get if I put this in front of this camera. So essentially it brings down the exposure, so you're able to make very long shutter speeds and get very blurry effects with water and things that are moving and clouds and stuff like that. A waterfall, for instance. Filters is not something you should just use because you have them. It's something you should use because you have a clear idea of a photo you want to make. So use it with purpose, and you can get some stunning results with the filters like this. So I'm very excited to go out in the field and check this out. So I'll put this down, and then I will end the unboxing part, and I will see you in Iceland in a few days. Perfect. Thank you, guys. See ya. Always start an Iceland trip with a burger. Best burger in Iceland. Not kidding. It's so good. Now I'm ready to tackle this beautiful island. Just gonna talk a little bit about what it is that I'm hoping to do today. The reason why I'm going in there this late in the afternoon, early evening, actually it's almost 8 o'clock, so it's probably evening. So sunset is like 2 hours away, maybe 2.5 hours. So I will shoot a lot in the blue hour and I will stay until it's dark. And when it gets dark, I will try and use all my new filters and try to see if I can make some long exposures of... I'm out of breath here, man. I'm all out of shape. And yeah, so I'm hoping to be able to do some long exposures and be a little creative with the volcano. This is the final part. Extremely windy today. There's something like 10-15 minutes between each eruption at the moment, I think. And you see all the lava fields down here. It's a huge area. And all the smoke you see on this side is actually moss and grass and stuff that burns because of the hot ground. See, this is a very recent lava rock that has landed right here. You can see they are all over, small and big sizes. Look at all the lava. Oh, there it comes. That's a big one. Whoa! I really love this. The sound of it. It just sounds so roaring and just like something you've never heard before. So yeah, so this is really a spectacle. Alright guys, many hours have passed. I've been shooting before sunset and after sunset, and I've been trying all kinds of different things. So I've been shooting and I've been flying the drone, and I've kind of almost ruined my drone. I kind of just melted it way too much now. I think it's done. I don't know if there's anything on it because it said like the SD card is unavailable. It's kind of a warning that I've never had before. Whoa, I'm gonna click this shutter. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. I'm going for long exposures here, and I've been fiddling around with the shutter speed. I have no idea what is best. You know, I've tried like only 15th of a second. I've tried 1 second. I've tried 1.3, 1.6, 2 second, 2.5 second, and it seems like nothing is really working here. You know, I'm taking so many shots, and there's maybe like 1 out of 100 that is useful, or that gets this like kind of effect with this light streaks in the air, and you know, those things that you really want when you do a long exposure. So I don't know, but I think I got the shot that I need for this video. But You'll never know. Everything looks good on the screen, huh? And when you come back home, you never know. As you can see behind me here, there's this very iconic mountain called Kirkjufell. Right now, the light is very boring. It's way too early. But what I often do is that I like to arrive early at a site like this, and then I will walk around and scout the location, find different compositions. And at this particular location, there is one very obvious composition. Now I'm at the top of the waterfall here, which is called Kirkjufell's Foss. Maybe you can see it behind me here. Yeah, and this is it's not so big. It's not one of the biggest waterfalls in Iceland, but it's located very nicely. I'm walking down to the side now, and you can, as you can see, you can get this very nice view here with the iconic mountain in the background and the waterfall in the foreground. You need a very nice wide angle here. I will use my 16 to 35, and I will probably be shooting at 16. It looks a little bit hopeful. It's not perfect. There's a lot of clouds here behind me. No clouds almost behind the mountain. You can see there's actually blue sky, but that's not what you want really. So let's hope for some clouds and not too many clouds, so you'll get a little bit of sunshine as well. Light is definitely getting better and better here, so I think I will send the drone a little bit right now as well, because this is also a location that is really nice to shoot from a drone, because you can get a very different perspective. So let's send up the drone. We're getting to the point of sunset, and as you can see here, I put the camera on my tripod. I have focused right here on the waterfall, which is like the nearest point, and I'm shooting right now f8. Right now I'm doing 1 second shutter, and let's see if that is enough to blur out the water. I think it is. So I put my camera on a 2-second timer, which should be more than enough to not have any shake in the camera once the shutter goes off. So what I do is that I hit the shutter and I don't touch anything. Now I will try 2 seconds on f9 and see if I like the result. I put an ND64 first, and then I put another ND64 gradual filter so that I can darken the sky a little bit more. So I have actually two filters on top of each other here. I think I found the sweet spot around 2 seconds, but it's difficult to say, so I'm trying a little bit different shutter speeds just to see what works best. With waterfalls, sometimes it's a little bit less than 1 second, depending on how much power it is. Sometimes we can go to 5 seconds, but usually I think 5 seconds is more than enough and probably a little bit too much. So 1 or 2 seconds, play around with those kind of shutter speeds and you will find something that is to your liking. It's time to wrap up this rather long video slash review slash, unboxing, whatever this has been. But I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about what is actually inside this filter system. So you can expect like a 10-stop filter and a 6-stop filter. These two filters cover all my needs. And there's also this gradual filter that I try to use. I don't really enjoy using gradual filters. I would much rather do it in post because I don't like that it's such a destructive workflow that it is like baked into the photo and I cannot take it out afterwards. The metal frame around the filters is really, really good. And it seems very sturdy. I don't know any situation. I've dropped them even in water and picked them up, and I think they will last you a very long time because it seems like really well made. The quartz glass itself is top quality. They will not break, and I have a very, very nice sturdy feeling around the whole filter set. As you saw in the video earlier, there is this rubber hood included. I only used this rubber thing one time until I found out that it had no reason to be there. So for me to keep a system very minimal as possible, I took that out and I did never use it again. For me, I would never bring it on another trip again. I don't know why it's there, maybe to have a little bit of a hook or a little bit of a, if there's side light or something, but I rarely have these conditions to worry about. Or if there is a sun coming in from the side, you can easily just put your hand up while you are taking the photo, and this will also avoid any light leaks to come in from the side. There are two frets, these round things that you put in front of your lens, and there's two different sizes, the 82mm and the 77mm, and they cover all my needs because they exactly fit onto the 2 or 3 lenses that I use for my long exposure photography. So it is really nice that these are included, and it makes it extremely versatile and super easy to change from one lens to another, because you just basically change the, I even leave them on sometimes and just put them in the bag, put them on, and then you quickly click on the front element, and it's super easy to work with, especially when you have used it a few times. It becomes like second nature to use this set. Okay, let's have a kind of a conclusion about this set. This is not a review as such, but I will tell you that this filter system has definitely created really, really nice images for me. It has fueled my creativity, and I've been wanting to make long exposure photography more than I did with my screw-on filters. So overall, these filters have been really, really nice for me to use. I have big hands, and in cold conditions and everything, they will stay in my camera bag for every trip going forward, because I don't think that they are so heavy to carry, but the creative possibilities they give me are endless. With many filters, you will have some kind of color cast to your photos, which is annoying, of course, and something that you want to avoid. And it was especially on cheaper glasses, you will see this color cast. The more expensive you buy, the better they are. And I have to say that I never saw any color cast with this filter system. And I will put a link to the product below, because actually I found out right now there is a hefty discount on this filter system. I think it must be because PolarPro are discontinuing it and just lowering the price from $599 US to $199. So it's extremely cheap. I would definitely just buy it tomorrow if I didn't have it already. So this is maybe a thing you want to check out. It's not an affiliate link or anything. I just wanted to give you this information that if you want to save some money, this is the time to do it. This filter is actually a nice filter, and I use this quite a lot. Let me get it up here. This is a screw-on filter that you put just in front of your lens, and this is what I've used many years. And if you go really minimalistic when you travel, this is a really good choice to go for, and I really like this one. This is a Heliopan Gray ND 10-stop filter, and I would say that if you think that this kind of big filter system is not for you and you just want to buy one small filter, then I would definitely buy this one or something similar. Like one 10-stop screw-on filter, they're not that expensive. This will get you really started with your long exposure photography. I will put it back here. So let's wrap this video up. It became a little bit longer than I thought, but I hope you all enjoyed being on a trip with me, see how I work, and maybe this will help you to decide if you need a bigger filter system or you can do with a smaller screw-on filter. It's up to you. You can get the same kind of results. So for me, I will stay with the bigger one because I really get used to this. And I think with long exposure photography, you're very often standing in awkward positions, low to the ground or with water around you or something, and with seascapes. So it's important to have a system or a solution that you get very comfortable with and that is easy for you to set up even in a snowstorm or whatever reason you are standing in some water that is like a tide coming in or something. It's nice that you know your things. The better you know your equipment, your camera and your filters and everything, the better the results of your photography will be. And let's not forget this month's music recommendation is this one, because I listen to this on repeat at the moment. So I hope that you will check it out. And remember, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay adventurous.